With gas prices hitting $5 nationwide, a new record, people are out there with some takes on it, and I gotta tell you, some of them are pretty dumb. I'm Brad Polumbo. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Brad Reacts, where we react to and debunk the craziest and cringiest takes going viral in political social media. And today we're talking about the gas prices, like I mentioned, because ooh boy are there some takes out there, and they don't make a lot of sense. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, like this video, comment, yada yada yada, and let's dive in. See, this kind of take just doesn't make any sense. We're all mad about really high gas prices. They're pretty outrageous. But back in 2019, when gas was $2 a gallon, were you thanking the oil and gas companies for their generosity and singing their praises? Of course not, because that's not actually how any of this works. Prices are set by supply and demand, and they've been driven up by big government policies that have limited domestic production and caused all sorts of problems. They're not because of corporate greed, and so blaming the companies for them is misdirecting your outrage. Unless you think, of course, that companies were just magically generous and benevolent in 2019. But then I have a bridge to sell you. Oh look, Nancy Pelosi had to get in on the act of demonizing oil and gas companies and blaming them for inflation. Because of course, it couldn't be any of their policies in Congress, like running up trillion-dollar deficits, hamstringing the natural gas industry, and having the Federal Reserve print trillions of dollars. No, don't look here. Blame those mean companies. Now, of course, a survey of top economists, when asked if corporate greed was the reason to blame, overwhelmingly the vast majority said no, it is not. Because corporations are always greedy in that they're interested in profit. Why would they be more greedy now, recently, than they were 10 years ago or 5 years ago? In 2019, nobody was saying, wow, they're so generous giving away gas for $2 a gallon. So the whole narrative is silly, and so is this supposed solution. Price gouging laws? No way! That's a recipe for shortages. Learn basic economics before trying to run the country challenge. Okay, so this one is actually kind of funny. I think my interpretation of this is that this is a progressive or socialist-leaning person trying to rib at us. Don't complain about gas prices, it's just capitalism, bro. I get what you're doing there, but not really. The oil and gas industry is about the furthest thing you can have from a free market while still not having an all-out socialized, nationalized industry. It is heavily regulated, heavily subsidized and distorted by the government. The Biden administration has done all sorts of things to raise gas prices, from canceling and blocking permits for leasing and drilling, to canceling the Keystone XL pipeline, to promising to end energy as we know it, and discouraging investment in the sector. All of this has a big impact on prices that we would not see in a free market. The current high gas prices aren't really market prices. They're heavily distorted. If they were market prices, maybe you'd have a point. But it's not really the reality we're living in, man. Again, this is so dumb. Are we supposed to believe that corporations can just set whatever prices they want based on how greedy they're feeling in the moment? That's not how markets, even ones distorted by government interventions like oil and gas, actually function. Prices are constrained by consumer demand. They're also heavily influenced by restrictions on supply. You know, all the ways the government has regulated and shut down and hamstringed the industry. But ultimately, the reason this narrative is so silly is that it would require us to believe that when there are low prices, they're just being generous and kind. Or that for some reason, the corporations and CEOs in the gas industry are just particularly greedy, more so than in all other sectors where prices aren't rising as much. The mental gymnastics required to pin the blame for today's high gas prices entirely on big greedy corporations are honestly worthy of a gold medal. But they'd get you an F on a basic economics test. Alright guys, those are about all the terrible tweets I can handle for one day about gas prices and all of that. If you enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you actually see my content, yada yada yada, and I'll see you all in the next video.